It's that time again. We're gonna share with you 3 very easy and delicious recipes. Hey y'all, I'm Mandy, and this is Mandy in the Making. It is lunchtime, and I am craving a healthy but filling lunch, one high in protein. So I found this recipe, and it's like a 20-minute meal, and it sounds so delicious. It is a honey sriracha chicken and broccoli. I'm gonna serve it, you can serve it with rice. I'm gonna serve it with cauliflower rice just to make it even healthier. This is gonna be the perfect portion for me and Steven for lunch. Let's get started. Okay, I've got these 2 broccoli florets. I'm just gonna cut these into bite-sized pieces. This is really the only chopping we have to do for this recipe, which is wonderful. So I've got this large skillet. It is heating to about medium-high. It's almost there. I'm gonna add just a little bit of olive oil, maybe a tablespoon or so. And I've got all of our broccoli over here. We're going to place it here in the skillet and allow it to brown on one side for 1 to 2 minutes before we stir it around. So it's just starting to sizzle. We're gonna let this cook without touching it for a couple of minutes. I know this looks like a lot of ingredients, but every single bit of this I had on hand already. I had this in the pantry because we had used up a sweet chili sauce, but I knew we would need it. So I did not have to purchase any of this. So chances are, if you like Asian inspired dishes, you have all of the ingredients you need. But let's make our sauce, and as always, I'm gonna double it. Okay, so the recipe calls for 1/4 cup of the sweet chili sauce. So I'm gonna do pretty much a 1/2 cup. If you don't wanna double the sauce, don't double the sauce, but we really like things to be extra saucy. I need probably about 4 tablespoons of honey. So I'm just gonna eyeball this. We need 4 tablespoons of soy sauce. I'm not gonna eyeball this one. It says to use ground ginger, but I'm gonna use ginger paste, maybe just a couple of teaspoons. Very appetizing. And we're gonna use about, why did I open up the entire thing? Just this part, Mandy. About 4 tablespoons of sriracha. You can go less on this if you want to, if you don't like spice. It's not wanting to come out. That's never a good sign. We'll just do it this way. 2, 3, and I hear my broccoli. It's time for me to go turn that broccoli, so let's go do that. Okay, so it's been cooking for a couple of minutes. You see it's got some brown on the side that it was down on the pan. We're gonna let this continue to cook for another couple of minutes. I'm gonna add in some more olive oil just because I feel like it needs it. All right, if you're new here, we try and read comments from our last video here on screen. Steven reads the comments. He is our
commentator.
He is our commentator. We just love reading your comments, and
yes,
you guys leave really great tips, just great comments, so they deserve to be read.
And by the way, thank you for all of the happy birthday wishes that you guys left on the last video.
Yeah, there were hundreds and hundreds and hundreds
Very
of
sweet.
those.
Thank you so much for that.
Just say Debbie.
Debbie. Debbie says, also, if you're making cookies and you need shortening or something like that, if you break an egg into your cup before you measure your shortening or peanut butter, it just slides out nice.
That is a great tip. So in last Friday's video, I was spraying my measuring cup to put peanut butter into it. But she said if you're making a recipe that uses eggs, crack that egg in there and pour it in, and then put your peanut butter in there and it'll slide right out. So that's a really great tip. Thank you, Debbie. I did not hit record, y'all. Okay, the last thing that I had to add was a little bit of sriracha and toasted sesame oil. I'm so sorry, y'all. I thought I hit record and I didn't. You need a couple of tablespoons of toasted sesame oil. And there is a difference between toasted and untoasted sesame oil, so it does make a difference. And then I added a couple of teaspoons of garlic powder, and then I whisked it together. And then I went to hit record to stop recording and realized I was just starting to record. It's fun times, y'all. Fun times. Check the description box for the recipe because I know I screwed that up. Let's go over to the stove. We're gonna take this broccoli out of the skillet for now. I'm just gonna put it here on this plate and put this back on the stove. Add a little more olive oil, not a lot. We'll turn our heat down just a tad too, and we're gonna add in 1 pound of ground chicken. Okay, so our chicken is in. You wanna let it brown a little bit on one side, and then we're gonna try and flip it, keeping it intact, and then we'll chop it after it gets kind of browned on each side. I am gonna throw this cauliflower rice into the microwave. Okay, let's see if I can turn this over. Probably not. And it's really not that big a deal if it doesn't work out. All right, we'll let that brown on the other side. And then I'll start chopping it up here in just a second. Okay, I'm gonna let that cook the rest of the way through before we add in our sauce. Just jumping in here really quickly to let you know that Thrive Market has sponsored today's video, and y'all know I'm a huge Thrive Market fan. Thrive Market is an online membership-based grocery store on a mission to make healthy living easy and affordable for everyone. There are guaranteed savings with every single order. And y'all, I've done some of the comparison when I go into my local grocery store and I see the same thing that I get from Thrive Market. It's always cheaper on Thrive Market versus going to the grocery store. But you know what? If you do find a cheaper price elsewhere, let them know. They will match that price. You can choose to do Thrive Market month to month, or you can choose to do an annual membership and just pay one time a year. If you do it that way, it comes out to a lot cheaper. You're billed annually $59.95, so that comes out to about $5 a month. Versus if you choose the month-to-month model, it's $12 a month. We love the annual membership model because I know I'm going to be making that savings, that $60 that I spend on the annual membership. I'm going to be making that savings back through my orders throughout the year. And if you don't, they will give you the price difference back at the end of the year. One of the newer items that I tried not too long ago, and now I'm going to be reordering every single time, are these Kind protein bars. They're breakfast bars. They are in the peanut butter banana dark chocolate. They are so good. They have 8 grams of protein. I highly recommend these. Something else I have recently fallen in love with are these Go-Go Squeeze. So hear me out. I know that this is really kind of for toddlers, and y'all, it's great. It is great for anybody at any age on the go. Another favorite snack of ours is always Pirate's Booty. Love this stuff. If you have a certain lifestyle that you need met, like if you're gluten-free, there's 90 different diets and lifestyles that you can choose from on their website. So if you have an allergy or anything like that, you can sort through all of their products that they offer that meet your guidelines. Y'all, on this order alone, I saved $52.69. So if you've never tried Thrive Market, now is the time to do it, because new members are going to get 30% off of their first order. You're already saving just by being a Thrive Market member. But on your first order, you're getting 30% off in addition to their normal savings. Plus, you're gonna get a free gift, and that free gift is worth up to $60. And I've heard from some of you that the free gift is absolutely awesome. So just check out thrivemarket.com/mandyinthemaking, and you can become a member and save 30% on your first order and get that free gift. Our chicken is fully cooked. Let's pour in this yummy sauce. We're gonna let it kind of thicken before we add our broccoli back in. So let's stir it around. You'll have to let me know below, do you always double the sauce when it comes to recipes? I never find that the recipe portion of sauce is enough. And I think too, we like to have extra sauce for our rice, or our cauliflower rice in this instant. We always double it. And if I forget to double it, I'm always sad. Our sauce is starting to thicken. So let's add our broccoli back in and let it get coated in the sauce as well. Very quick and easy lunch, especially if you pre-make the sauce and have that ready to go. My cauliflower rice just finished in the microwave, so I'm gonna grab that out. See, it soaked that sauce right up. I'm so glad I did double.
I've been kind of craving some Asian inspiration here.
Well, here you go.
Thank you. It looks good. See some sauce down in there. It's got that Asian flavor. I smell the spiciness of it. It's probably got some sugar in there somewhere. Something. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Here's the spice.
You got that spice.
Oh, man, that's good. What is that? Chicken?
It's chicken, ground chicken.
Wow. That's like the best ground chicken I've ever had. That is amazing flavors. Very authentic flavors, too.
Yes. Very much so.
Very tasty.
Well, good.
Wow, this is like an international delight.
You're a mess. Y'all, sweet and spicy. You can definitely taste the sweetness, but then that spiciness lingers after you swallow the food.
Yes.
You just have that heat.
Yes. This is amazing.
You're on camera. I didn't know if Cole would like it or not. Sometimes he's not as big on Asian dishes, but he loves it. He's been scarfing it down, so scarf. Is that a word?
Well, you can wear it on your neck.
Oh, is it a word like I'm using it? Is that a real thing, or is that a Southern thing? Scarf it down?
I don't know, but I like it.
Do you ever say it?
I've been scarfing it down.
Do you ever say that?
I probably do.
Is that a Southern thing? I don't know. Y'all tell me below. Do y'all say that, scarfing it down? Or is that a Southern thing? Or is it just a Mandy thing? Because, you know, I've been known to have those too, so. Okay. That's enough of that. We're gonna do things a little out of order today simply because the Subbie recipe that I'm gonna be making needs to sit in the fridge for several hours, and it's gonna be our side dish for tonight's dinner, which I'm also recording tonight's dinner. So I'm doing 3 recipes all in one day for y'all. But tonight for our side dish, we're having cucumber salad. This recipe was submitted from Patty, and she said that this was her grandmother's recipe. Patty is from Richlands, Virginia, and she's been married to her husband, Tom, for almost 45 years. Congratulations. She says she loves art, she loves to grow flowers, and she also loves to grow vegetables just as fast as they can eat them. We're excited to have a little vegetable garden this year too. Next year we plan to expand it, but I say we have it. I just watch Steven maintain it. He's the gardener, I am not. I chose red onion. She did not say it had to be red onion, but that's just how I've always made a cucumber, tomato, onion salad. So we've got this red onion that we'll chop up. We've got this large tomato. She said to use 2 large cucumbers. I grabbed the English cucumbers. I like those. She didn't say this or not, but I like to mostly peel my cucumbers. I like to leave a little stripe on there. I don't know why. It just looks cool. Now I'm just gonna cut these into slices. You could definitely cut this recipe in half. For our family, I normally would. However, it was Steven's birthday and we are having pretty much the whole family over tomorrow for lunch. I'm getting a big tray of chicken from Chick-fil-A, and everybody's bringing a side dish. So whatever we have left over from tonight for dinner, I can just serve that tomorrow along with our chicken for Steven's birthday get-together. Okay, I'm just gonna add these to the bowl. Okay, for a red onion, she said to cut it up in smaller pieces. So I don't want it too small though, because if someone doesn't love onion tomorrow, I want them to kind of be able to eat around that if they want to. It's one thing I love about cucumber salad is how colorful it is. It's so beautiful. Okay, we've got all of our ingredients in here as far as the veggies go. Let's add in the rest. So we need 1/4 cup of sugar. We need 1 cup of water, 1/2 cup of apple cider vinegar, and 1/4 cup of oil. It doesn't say what type, I'm just doing olive oil. We're just gonna mix this all together, and the longer it sits, the better. So that's why I'm making it now. It's 1 o'clock in the afternoon. We'll have it with dinner tonight. Just mix it really well, put a lid on it, and stick it in the fridge. Y'all, this is one of the best, especially summer salads. You can have it year round, obviously, but in the summer with all the fresh veggies, yes please. Okay, let me grab my lid, and this is going in the fridge. Okay, if you notice, I have a patch on my shoulder. I've got a pretty bad tension migraine right now, and this is an icy hot patch with lidocaine. If you get tension migraines or have muscle pains, I highly recommend. It does help, but this has only been on for a few minutes, so right now if you kind of see me squinting, that's what's going on. But I've got to get dinner in the Instant Pot. You could definitely do this recipe in the crock pot. Now looking back, I wish I would have done that this morning when I felt better, but it's not a hard recipe at all. Tonight we're gonna have pulled pork sliders, and we're gonna be using a sauce to top it with that I made in Tuesday's video. So if you didn't see Tuesday's video, you need to go watch that. But we'll be using that sauce, and then of course we'll have our Subbie side along with our sliders. So let's get started. Okay, so we're gonna be making our own dry rub for the pulled pork. This is the recipe that I got from the website who had all of the instructions on how to do your pulled pork in the Instant Pot. This is what she does. She, he, I'm not sure. But we're gonna do this as well. I think it's gonna make more than we need for today, but that's okay. We'll just save it. Okay, we need 1 tablespoon of cumin, a tablespoon of chili powder, a tablespoon of garlic powder, a tablespoon of smoked paprika, 2 tablespoons of sea salt. We need a tablespoon of black pepper, a 1/2 teaspoon of cayenne pepper, and 2 tablespoons of brown sugar. I'm gonna put the lid on it and shake it and see how that goes. Oh, it's so pretty. The layers are so pretty. Can you see that? Okay, let's shake it. Oh, that's perfect. Look at that. Okay, now we've got our dry rub for our pork. I have a boneless pork butt. It's probably around 4 pounds. It's been frozen, and then I thawed it out for the last day and a half. I'm gonna dry it off just a little bit. And what we're gonna do is cut this into about 4 portions. That's what she recommends. It's gonna cook the easiest and cook quicker in the Instant Pot if it's a little bit smaller portions. Now the question is, do I need to remove any of this excess fat? I feel like I should, at least some of this layer of fat. So I'm gonna work on that and I'll be right back. I didn't remove all of it. I know that the fat gives it flavor too, but there was just some really thick portions of that, so I thought I would take that off. Let's cut this into about 4 pieces. I'm gonna get them as even as I can. Now we're gonna sprinkle on this dry rub and kind of rub it into the pork. So I'm just gonna sprinkle it on here, but in order to make sure that it stays on, I am gonna rub it in a little bit and a little on the other side. Yeah, I definitely have enough for another pork butt, which I have another one in the freezer. So if we want some more here soon, I'll have extra already made. So that works. Okay, let me wash my hands because that's a mess and I'll be right back. So we're gonna turn this on to saute. Now, if you're in a big hurry, don't worry about it. You don't have to do this part, but I am going to sear this on all sides before we cook it in the Instant Pot. I'm waiting on this to say hot on the front, but while I wait, I'm gonna add a couple of tablespoons of olive oil to the bottom. I'm also gonna put my Instant Pot clip on because that's just gonna hold it in place while I'm trying to do what I'm trying to do.
Oliver, it says Olive Miller, I think, says, I keep some instant mashed potatoes on hand to thicken soups like this instead of making a cornstarch slurry.
That's very smart. The instant potato flakes.
Nice little alternative there.
That's really smart.
Yeah.
Thank you, Olive.
Kelly says, Gracie's I miss you sounded suspiciously like, heck with them. Give me more cheese, please. As a cat mom of 9, I can't even speak right now. As a cat mom of 9, I speak Catanese.
I love that. It has a lot of thumbs up already.
Yeah,
that was so cute. You're a cat mom of 9. Oh my goodness. But I'm telling you what, she's a mess. She has loved me having the camera back out because she knows. She knows when that camera comes out. She's like, it's my time to shine.
That's right.
I got this. Okay, the front of my Instant Pot says hot. So now I'm gonna take my pork and place it in here. And we're just gonna sear it on all sides. Well, on a couple of sides, I guess. I just flipped one. Can you see it? Let me grab the camera and show you. See how it's got some really great color on it? So let's flip the other ones as well. Gracie Lou, I see you. Oh yeah. Okay, let's give this another 2 or 3 minutes and then we'll remove it from the pot and deglaze the bottom. Hi. I know. You think I have something, but I don't. Hi. Oh, you a sweet girl? You're the sweetest girl. Mama loves you. I'm gonna hit cancel on my Instant Pot just to turn it off for now. And we're gonna remove our pork. Now we need to deglaze the bottom. So right now we've got some burned bits on the bottom. You don't want that because you'll get a burn notice when you start your Instant Pot. So what I'm gonna do is take my liquid. You can use beef broth, chicken broth. I'm using chicken broth, a 1/2 cup. Just gonna pour that in there. I'm gonna take my tongs and I am gonna scrape up the bottom and make sure I get all those burned bits off. Actually, I'm gonna use something else because the tongs are a little small. There we go, that's better. Okay, so I'll be right back after I scrape up all of the burned bits. It's got a lot of flavor in it. Okay, we're good to go. No more burned bits on the bottom. Let's add our pork back in. And now you're gonna pour barbecue sauce over top. I'm just using this Sweet Baby Ray's that I have on hand. You wanna use at least 1/2 cup, but you can use more. I'm just gonna eyeball this. I'm gonna kind of spread that out a little bit. I can take my clip off. Let me make sure my ring is in here really well. Put our lid on. Turn it to sealing. And we're gonna go to pressure cook, high pressure, for 1 hour. There we go. Ma'am, you smell it? You are the sweetest girl in the whole world. The whole world.
And Jeremiah Fisher says, new to the channel, I made your Polish sausage, broccoli, rice, and cheese last night. Just added some Tony Chachere's, and it was excellent.
I
Nice.
love that you made that tweak.
Yeah.
And welcome to our channel.
Yeah, welcome to the channel.
We're so glad you're here.
Absolutely.
That dish is really good, so I'm glad that was.
Yeah.
I hope that was the first one that you made for my channel, and I hope you'll make many
Yeah.
more. But thank you so much for your comment, and thanks for sticking around. Our pulled pork has cooked for an hour, and then it has naturally released for 10 minutes. I'm gonna let the rest of the steam out now. Okay, the pin dropped, so that means it is safe for us to open. I'm gonna take the temperature of it and make sure it's good, because if it's not kind of overcooked, it won't shred really easily. So I'm gonna check to see what the temp is. Yep, we're good. It should shred very easily. So I'm gonna take it out and let it rest for a good 10 minutes before I shred it. Oh, it's falling apart. I mean, that's a good sign. You want it to do that, honestly. Okay, let's let this hang out here and just rest for a few minutes. It's been about 10 minutes. I'm gonna pull this over onto our cutting board and shred it with these little claws. Someone suggested that we get these, and I've seen these before. I've just never thought to get them, but I'm so excited to try them. We just got them from Amazon not too long ago, and I haven't used them yet. I'll link them. They're linked in my Amazon store, but it's supposed to make shredding so much easier. And I'm gonna go with, yeah, it does. Oh my goodness. It helps that this meat is already so tender. That's very, very easy for sure. We're gonna get ready to make our sliders. This is that white sauce I was telling you about that's in Tuesday's video. So if you have not seen that, you need to go take a look, because this stuff is amazing. Gracie Lou. A little bit of coleslaw on top. And you know what? Just for good measure, we're gonna throw just a little more of that sauce on top. Now let's grab our cucumber salad that we made earlier. That's what we call fit to eat. That's fit to eat. I wasn't paying attention when I made mine. I got 2 tops and 2 bottoms. It's gonna be okay though, right?
I love it. We're going to slide right into these sliders.
That's right.
Let them slide right on in.
He worked up an appetite. He worked all day, and then he came and mowed the grass. And right as soon as he was finishing mowing the grass is when I finished up with dinner, so it worked out.
Oh man, that is amazing. That white sauce.
I'm telling you what.
That is crazy good. Honestly, I wish I had something I could just dip the whole thing down into.
Well, we've got plenty of it in there if you want some more.
Super tender on the pork. Nice little crunch contrast of the slaw.
Yeah.
And then you've got that little special white sauce that's just
I'm telling you what, that white sauce is so good. Y'all Bama people know what you're talking about. All right, try our Subbie side.
Okay.
There you go, just stab it.
We'll just stab at it. Wow.
What you think?
Very crisp and fresh.
Yeah.
Love that crunch of the veggies and everything. Contrast with the...
Right.
That's really, really good. It's like the perfect summertime thing.
Yeah, it
Very
really
cool,
is. Yeah.
crisp. You're just going to love it.
Okay. Well, awesome. Thank you, Patty, for sending that in.
Yeah.
We're so excited to try your grandmother's recipe.
Oh, man.
I'm going to dig in. I'm going to be right back, y'all. It's a go-packer. He's going to make him another slider, and he's going to bring the Alabama sauce out. But, y'all, this is the perfect summer dinner. I know it's not summer yet, and it definitely doesn't feel like it here. It's in the low 70s, I think. And it's kind of cloudy and meh. But this tastes like summer. This is so good. The super tender pork with that Alabama white sauce and the crunch of the coleslaw. This tangy salad is always a hit. Y'all gotta make this one. I could drink that. He said he drenched his next 2 sliders in it, and I did just like pour some more on the last bite of my first one. Don't go shy with the sauce. This sauce is
The boss. You gotta have that sauce.
it's so good. We out.
We out. We out. Oh, I'm so fat from eating pork. Oh, gosh. Trying to hurt somebody. I was in here sneaking some of that.
But what'd you say about the sauce?
I said it's good.
No,
Oh.
what did you tell me?
I was like, it's probably one of the best sauces I've ever had that's not barbecue sauce.
Right, for pork.
Yeah, it's got that, it's got a little vinegar in it,
It's got a lot of
just
vinegar
got
in
a
it.
really unique flavor to it. I just love it on pork. I think it's fantastic.
Yeah, we're renaming it though. We've renamed it. Instead of the Alabama white sauce, we'll just call it the BAM sauce.
The BAM sauce.
Short for Alabama.
Bama
And it
sauce.
is like BAM right
It
in your
is good.
face. So
It's really good.
it's so good. If y'all haven't watched that video, go watch it. Okay, go watch it right now because we're leaving. We're out.
Yeah,
Go watch that
we're
video.
out. All right, bye.
Bye.